Ahí estamos grabando. Perfecto, gente. Lo que se viene, mano. Lo que se viene, a ver. ¿Qué nos cuenta Catherine? Me da risa la voz de esta.
As a matter of fact,
Así es, hay una perfecta momento.
Uncle Dai is one of the foremen at Huishan Hall over in Liyue Harbor. He's hoping the Adventurers Guild can spare some manpower.
El señor Daipo, man.
What is it we have to do exactly?
¿Qué tenemos que hacer en concreto?
I believe you'll be looking for workers.
Creo que tienen que buscar empleados. Ojito.
For people? Awesome, we're good at that.
I have no reason to doubt your abilities.
En efecto, no podría poner en duda sus habilidades.
I'm sure the details can be worked out face to face. If you're willing to accept this commission, head over to the dock and talk to Uncle Dai.
Este es Zhongli, asesor de la comunidad del camino.
Zhongli, I've heard about you. They say you're a man of great knowledge and many talents. I had no idea I'd be meeting you in person today.
I'm sure I recognize you. Have we met at the parlor? Wait, I've never been to the parlor.
Ojito.
Uncle Dai, aren't you gonna test them?
Huh?
¿Por dónde comenzamos?
Where to start?
Ojito. Piensen en una forma de ponerla a prueba.
A contest? Why, it would be my pleasure.
I admire your enthusiasm, good sir.
I must say, you certainly have the look of an industry expert about you. It'll be interesting to see which one of us wins.
Debo admitir que ciertamente tiene aire de ser un experto en la industria. Sería interesante ver quién es el mejor.
Stop talking the talk and start walking the walk.
Ese loco no sabe lo que hice, weón.
I'm just saying it like I see it, which is incidental.
So you're an appraiser, Mr. Kunjun.
El Kun Lao, hermano. Es usted un evaluador.
Well, no. Actually, I've already forgotten what I'm in Liyue Harbor for. I was standing by the side of the road one day when Uncle Dai called me. He saw me holding a rock and asked me a few questions. He seemed incredibly excited, even followed me for a while. We arranged to meet here.
Huh? How could you forget something like that?
Okay.
I saw him on my way over to Liyue Harbor, poring over rocks and muttering to himself. He looked to be very familiar with them.
Está muy familiarizado con estas rocas.
I asked him a few questions out of curiosity. To my surprise, he knew more than me, an old mining foreman. In any case, he didn't have any pressing matters and agreed to help me.
Okay.
So, do you have
Entonces tiene mala memoria.
Not
Está poseído
exactly. Mr. Zhongli, what do you make of this rock?
Señor Zhongli, ¿qué piensa de esta roca?
A glossy exterior, with a fissure that could only have been left in the wake of a volcanic eruption.
Wow. Such an immense tree.
And there's so many mysterious looking crystals up there.
This ancient tree.
Este árbol antiguo.
Let's conduct separate investigations. I'll take that area. Perhaps you could... All right then.
Okay.
Kunjun, can you see anything worth investigating?
Zhongli, pero ¿qué pasa?
Well, there is this stone tablet here.
Un jefazo ese cabrón. Solo está.
Doesn't seem very interesting.
Huh. It's worth a try, surely. Let me see. Oh. This is...
Hey, what's wrong?
just a bit lightheaded. It's past. Nothing to worry about. Not...
Whatever. Hyman's going to investigate this. If you don't try, you won't...
Oh.
When has Paimon ever come... Wait a minute. Hyman can fly.
All of you, come here.
Paimon puede.
Huh? Quick, let's go.
La vida en el cielo y en la tierra perduró gracias a los adeptos. Que trabajo se en este sitio y es un dragón malvado. Por favor, no molestar. Es lo mismo. Yo pensé que iba a cambiar. Vamos a seguir buscando.
this has been newly dug,
Acaban de cavarlo.
it
Parece
would appear our
que-
answer is up.
Is that a voice coming from the tunnel?
Compose yourselves. I will lead.
Yo lo quiere.
There is an unusual presence emanating from inside the tunnel. Prepare yourselves and tread.
Ojito. Oh. ¿Y cómo acabaron todo eso?
Listen.
The missing miners are here. What are they digging for?
I'm afraid that this whole tunnel is the fruit of their strenuous labor.
That gate. Has it been there all along?
Digging a tunnel to this ancient seal. Had they not been discovered, they would undoubtedly persevere until they opened the gate.
So
Ojito.
seal bears.
Estás loco, estás loco. Ey, se están revelando. Se están revelando ante su Dios, hermano.
We can't hurt them.
Ojito. Oh. 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 Ojito. ¿Ya peleamos con este? ¿Qué cojones?
What type of
¿Pero qué monstruo es este?
Morax, you arrive at my doorstep of your own volition. Excellent.
Será un más fácil.
Taking revenge for sealing me away will be all the easier.
Hermano, ¿con qué te estás metiendo? Soy Jesucristo con esto, ¿no? Con este equipazo soy Jesucristo.
This is not how we intended for events to transpire.
Waste not your words. Your life is once not enough. You would forsake me again?
If that is what you choose to believe, so be it. He who bears the weight of memory is destined to shoulder the burden of truth, as it ought to be.
Let's light it up!
Quiero escuchar la música, A ver si me lo permite este bicho. ¿O no?
Stabilize. This is order.
This is order.
Adventure time!
Fire, fire, hands on fire.
Huh?
No touching.
A ver.
Morax, you think you can destroy me?
¿Dónde está?
Next on the agenda.
Hermano.
Next on the agenda. Access denied.
Solidify!
Ojito. Lo seguimos, lo seguimos.
Morax, 1,000 years after you sealed me underground, you return for the second time.
Ojito.
You should call it by its name, Azhdaha. Fate.
Fate? Fate?
Está poseído.
So here lies the wisdom of the gods. Destroy all deemed redundant. Enlist tyrants to ravage the wilderness.
Ojito.
No. You have forgotten.
Uy, este. Este despertó el ultra instinto, gente, weón. Ojito.
That voice.
Azhdaha.
Huh? Kunjun?
Morax. It's been a while.
Mucho tiempo, Morax. Ojito.
You're...
Azhdaha. The very same.
Ni más ni
During the
menos.
battle,
Durante la pelea nos
you imbued us
infundiste de
with
tu
your
poder.
power.
Así es.
Yes. It was all I could manage.
¿Quién es el? No entiendo nada ya.
Forgive me for
Siento haberte
concealing
oculto la
the
verdad,
truth,
viajero. Hay cosas
traveler.
que solo sé
There were things that only became clear to me upon reaching this tree. Allow me to elaborate.
más que una parte de
I
Azhdaha.
am not Azhdaha the whole, but a fragment.
Oh,
Heaven and
el
earth,
cielo y la tierra
yin and yang, opposing
pueden
forces.
considerar mi
You
existencia.
can consider the existence of me and the Azhdaha you see there to be a reflection of such polarities.
De hecho,
We are a schism of the will of Azhdaha.
oh, ojito este, ¿eh?
So there are two Azhdahas?
Son como parte del mismo ser, no, pero son el mismo ser, no, como parte dividida, como que se dividió el bicho.
No, it can't be. That's impossible.
No puede ser, imposible.
When the seal loosened, your power manifested in this world as a child.
Cuando el sello se dio,
With this new identity, you were able to
como una
vent
niña con
about the
este nuevo
forces that
encaje
suppressed
fuiste
you.
capaz de desahogar la ira a causa de
But
tu
would anyone
renovación.
listen?
Pero
Would
¿quién
they
se
even
unirá a tu
care?
causa?
That's when it occurred to you. The loosening of the seal constituted an opportunity to strike back. Kidnapping the miners was all in aid of digging to the entrance to the seal itself. Your
Ojito.
The audacity! Are you insane? If you truly are a part of me, how is it you find yourself standing on the side of the betrayer?
Ojito.
I was another power awakened with the loosening of the seal. Too weak to reincarnate,
Suficientemente
but
fuerte como para
strong
poseer
enough to
un
possess
cuerpo
a
humano.
human body. I was barely conscious. I couldn't remember who I was. Only the past would elicit a
Ya,
reaction
despertó
from me.
una reacción en mí, pero mi
But my
objetivo era,
aim
claro,
was clear.
debía encontrar a Mox y
Find
ayudarlo a lidiar.
Morax and aid him in stopping you.
Oh,
I had sensed that something was amiss when you mentioned Dragonfall.
si fuera fuera
Had
mayor,
your
te
power
habría
been but a
conocido.
little stronger, I would have recognized you.
Ojito.
Don't blame yourself. I have changed beyond all recognition.
Lo recordé todo.
Only when I touched the stone tablet did I truly remember. It's been so long. A secret beyond all comprehension of youthful humanity and ancient dragonkind. Morax, do you want to tell the tale?
Interesante
There
esto.
would be no harm in it. The decision is yours.
Ojito.
You haven't changed. Then allow me. Azhdaha was once a friend and ally of the Geo-Archon Morax, with a lifespan far exceeding that of mankind. However,
Sin embargo, todo lo que proviene de la tierra sigue siendo
is
tierra.
no more or less than the earth itself.
Oh.
The memories of rocks do not last long. Those memories that survive are rooted in powerful emotion. But as time passes, so these memories fade into obscurity. Erosion ground Azhdaha's consciousness into oblivion. Slowly,
Olvidó el rostro de su viejo amigo y lo recuerdo de que alguna vez defendió
and his
Liyue se
memories of
desintegró.
defending Liyue Harbor disintegrated.
Que entonces a través del tiempo, al paso del tiempo, se fue erosionando el Azhdaha porque como es de piedra, está hecho de minerales más que nada, pues se fue fragmentando. Tiene sentido.
Azhdaha, now incomplete, became irascible, aggressive.
What would you expect? It was humanity that attacked the ley lines that sustained me.
This much is true, which is why you attacked the chasm, why you waged war against Morax. In the beginning, in order to open up new territory and increase production, the citizens of Liyue came to the mountains to mine. Overexploitation caused the ley lines to quake, which brought untold suffering to us.
Ojito.
Erosion made us even more savage. No matter how we struggled, we lost the ability to coexist with humanity. We lost all reason.
Exacto.
Morax shared with us some of his power to prevent further erosion, but it was futile. Everything returns to dust. It is the natural order, an unstoppable force. And so, we became you. And from your will, I emerged.
Ojito.
I am your final contract. Witness the promise between Azhdaha and Morax. You can hate me, but you cannot deny me.
No. No!
I am the remnants of Azhdaha's benevolence. The Echo harbor a willingness to go
No! It is I, Azhdaha, forged of elemental crystal, bearer of the weight and memories of the earth, older than the mountains and the oceans that decide.
Soy más antiguo que
I
la
will not
montaña.
swear allegiance to this insect.
Morax is not an insect.
A lord over insects is nothing but an insect in turn.
Pero si el Morax fue quien lo creó. Es quien lo
You
crafteó.
forgot yourself. Nobody held Morax in higher regard than you or I. That which you have forgotten, I hold here in my heart. If you are the memory of the earth, all powers under heaven, rise and fall of land and sea.
Ojito.
A star appears within the wild. A sun ascends as bright as... Strange. What is this feeling? And all this?
You are spent, and I will soon
Antes de que eso
disappear.
ocurra, debo compartir esto.
Before I do, in the wilderness, snow falls on a spring day. In an instant, it will melt. Even where...
No! That isn't true! I don't accept this
Y me da
as
el...
Perhaps it isn't.
Eso no sé, pero sigue siendo una desgracia inevitable.
An inevitable misfortune.
finished.
Pues ella se ilusionó.
Are you satisfied, Azhdaha?
I had to make amends.
El daño causado no esperaba un final satisfactorio.
So, Morax, you call yourself Zhongli these days?
I do.
Yes.
Well, I'm afraid old habits die hard. To me, you're Morax.
Mierda,
As you please.
tú.
I never did forget your gift of sight.
I hardly lifted
No
a
puedo ver
finger.
cosas, no le presté
Think
atención.
nothing of it.
And yet, you could see. You wouldn't know the yearning of a blind dragon, searching for the sun. A pair of eyes, from Morax to Azhdaha.
Ojito.
Your power is nearly spent.
Es que ya no puede craftear otro Azhdaha, weón. Este loco ya no tiene la genocida.
Perceptive as always, my friend.
Shall we get going, you and I?
Surely the pressing matter is still that of the miners trapped outside the seal.
Indeed. Hence the need to get going. To fix the damp.
Straight down to business.
Ojito. Pues estaba buena esta, me gustó. Una bola blanca, weón. Tenemos que... No tengo la bola. Interesante.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis was walking alone in the mountains. He heard a remote voice, unlike any other, coming from a crack in the earth.
Most of the ancient geo-life forms that live below Liyue are blind, having not seen the sunlight for an age.
The voice was sometimes sad and song-like. Other times it was loud and thunderous. The Lord of Geo searched here and there before finally unearthing a strange stone from the bedrock.
That's how Azhdaha was. I answered his wish, and took him above ground.
The Lord of Geo took pity on the rock spirit and carved it into a magnificent work of craftsmanship, a vivid representation of a dragon.
I bestowed him with a pair of eyes to see the world, and came to an agreement with him.
With his fingers, he made 2 eyes. Quicker than words could tell, lightning flashed and thunder roared, and a living, breathing dragon soared into the clouds.
I agreed to let him live among the people above ground. But if the day ever came when he brought ruin to order, he would once again be sealed in the dark.
The dragon accompanied the Lord of Geo, fighting campaigns alongside him in the 4 corners of the world. We have a saying to eulogize these events. The crash of a spear brought billowing dust. The mountains and waters made way at the sound. The sight of a dragon bestowed with a touch the promise of rainwater blessing the ground.
Wow, man. Qué hermoso, man. Al poco tiempo el señor de ahí se ofrece para llevar con Jun.
A 1,000 years ago, Azhdaha attacked the chasm. I tried to obstruct him, fighting him tooth and nail, down the length and breadth of the mine. During that battle, Dragonfall was born. Azhdaha could sense the stone. Subconsciously, he wanted to use it to find me. Despite being the victor, I could not claim to be stronger than he. And in his heart, he still retained an ounce of goodwill towards me. Towards Liyue. Towards life above ground.
Wow.
He was willing to be sealed away. But as the erosion set in, he forgot. Even I cannot avoid it. But there is something I understand better than most. When the door opens, it is time to leave. The greater the power, the greater the danger erosion may bring about. The millennia may come and go, but even a stone may tire. Personally sealing away an old friend. This is just one form of erosion I have endured. People abandon and surrender the things they love to pursue the right path. Perhaps this is the erosion imposed on me by the natural order of this world. That I was a god of mankind. My identity may change, but my eyes will bear witness to the history of humanity.
You still care a lot about Liyue.
Call it part of my duty.
Parte de mi deber.
I must thank you both.
Le doy las gracias a ambos.
No worries.
No fue nada. Ok.
Oh? About what?
Oh yeah, Paimon nearly forgot.
Pero ¿por qué va a preguntar esta semana? Es que te...
So, not long ago, we met a guy called Dane. He told us about Kanya and the punishment of the gods. That's when we realized that those events were connected to the person we're searching for. Zhongli, you're a god. You've lived through thousands of years of history. Surely you...
I
no puedo decir
cannot
nada.
say.
Why?
Porque un contrato.
You can't even give us a thread of information? This is so important to us.
I understand.
Lo siento, entiendo su
But I
contrato, pero es
must
parte de un
apologize.
contrato. ¿Viste? Es que yo lo
This is
sabía.
my contract.
El contrato con lo que dice el Dodo Rexy, man.
You mean another past grievance? Like the incident with Azhdaha? Too painful to talk about?
It was signed before it all began. I have always honored the contract. And kept my silence.
How can you be like that?
You two are friends to me.
Les considero como mis amigos, créanme. No es mi intención decirlo, pero como cuando
But
no
as the
no
god
puedo
of
volver.
contracts, I cannot go back on my word.
Would you be ready to find out?
It appears your
Es que
understanding of
entendí
this
cada
world
vez más
continues to
sobre este
grow.
mundo.
There are many events of ages past, many secrets that lie hidden. They have been eroded by time, forgotten by the people. But you are capable of finding them and bringing them into the light. Those who come to witness will witness. If you take the same road as that person, there may be more difficulties ahead. But as long as you firmly believe that you are on the right path.
Más que una simple piedra. Y muy bien, gente. Esto ha sido todo. Ha sido... una misión increíble, man. Me gustó mucho. Y ojalá espero conseguir a Zhongli, hermano. Es que... Bueno, está complicado así, man, pero... La fe es la última que se pierde, hermano.